Do you feel as though women are kind of put into a box in silence?
I think there's an effort to do that. And it's subtle. I do think that women in business are often put into a box and often are silenced, but it's not in a direct way. I'll give you an example. I am in negotiations right now, and there's a man on the team who wants to dominate and control the whole situation. And the women that he interacts with, if they play the giggly girl part, he's perfectly fine with that. I don't play the giggly girl part very well, and there's a lot of pushback. So I think there's a lot of subtlety to it. It's not as direct as it maybe once was. But what happens is when women come up against that brusqueness or that harshness, they tend to back off because they have been told that they should be the nice girl, or this isn't how good girls behave, or all of that. And so they tend to pull themselves back. Women are at a 50% higher risk of playing small than men because of the way that we've been groomed and the way that we've been raised. So I do think that it happens, but it's more subtle, and in some ways that makes it more difficult to deal with.
Can you talk about remaining true to yourself and being smart, especially for women?
I think it's really important for women and girls to remain true to themselves and to allow their brilliance to shine through, because a lot of women and girls, they hold back. They've been told they shouldn't be smarter than the boys. They shouldn't win. And what that does is that steals a little piece of their soul, but it also deprives the world of their brilliance. And honestly, we're all better off if we're all, and I don't mean, cutthroat competing, but I mean, if we're all playing at our highest level, that gets everyone else playing at their highest level. And then we're all better. The community's better. We're better as individuals. So I see a lot of women who are playing small, and I think we just need to stop. And if somebody doesn't like us, that's the biggest fear that a lot of women have. They're not going to like me. You know what? It's okay if they don't like you.
You have a quote, self-doubt causes us to engage in self-protective strategies at work, like procrastination, hesitation, and self-handicapping to avoid failure. These strategies often become unconscious habits that limit our potential for growth and success. You want to talk a little bit about that, please?
Self-doubt leads us into a behavior where we're self-handicapping and we're playing small. And so many women have been told either directly or indirectly, you're not good enough, you can't compete, you shouldn't compete, and that creates self-doubt, and that causes them to play small. And what happens is, over time, it just becomes a part of who they are. So I might play small in this one situation, and then I do it again and again and again, and all of a sudden, instead of being 100%, I'm playing at 75%. And I think that's one of the reasons why women aren't making the same income that men are, because they don't demand it. I have been, it's so funny because I've been in meetings a lot of times where I'm the only woman in the room. And there are men who are far more aggressive, even to the point of being very difficult than I am. But I'm the one who will be criticized if I speak up too much. And I think a lot of women just have to say, look, I'm taking control of my life. I'm going to be 100% of the fabulousness that I am, and then just be it.